and the Tigers will kick off from the west end nearest the elementary school, and really no factor tonight with the weather or wind conditions, and should be an ideal night. The footing might be a little slippery in the middle of the field because certainly it was wore down from last night's JV game, especially around that 50-yard line, as you mentioned in the pregame. But I think it'll be good traction, and with this high potent passing game of Fergus Falls, it'll be interesting. I know Matt Jeff has been assigned to Arneson, and it'll be a little different Tiger look tonight defensively. Again, they're going to miss the services of Ben Shannon tonight, especially on defense, I think, with his speed and ability to cover, and it'll be interesting to see just how that Tiger defense responds. They had a great second half at Monty last week.
Well, they had some big defensive plays. They were Mike Johnson on a key play with a sack. Mike Wenzel, the fumble recovery late in the game with about 5 minutes to go in the game, just outside the goal line for the Tigers. That's just two of the big plays that come to mind. Arneson ready to kick it off for the Tigers. As Mark said, he'll kick it off from our right to left. Justin Arneson is back deep for the Otters.
And their special teams are going to be dangerous, too. So this will be a key.
High kick by Arneson. Coming up to take it is Arneson. Arneson to the 20-25, flips by a tackle, has some room. 35-40, 45 to midfield. Arneson cuts back to his right at the 40, 35-30. He's got one man to beat. Jemma forces him to cut back inside, but he won't get him. Zigzagging all the way down the field of the opening kickoff. Arneson with the opening touchdown. And they wasted no time whatsoever. 88-yard return on that kick return by Justin Arneson, the senior, for the Otters, and they draw first blood. And what a run by Arneson. He zigzagged. I think he covered just about every inch of that football field, Mark.
And I think it would have been two-hand touch football. He still would have been counted as a touchdown. I don't think the Tigers ever got two hands on him. Maybe a slight hand a couple of times, and that was it.
One after try coming out for the Otters. On for the kick is Luke Draxten, a junior, for the Otters. Straight on kicker out of the hold of Matt Johnson. Snap is there, and the kick out of the way. Plenty of leg, and he's got it plenty high enough. The kick is good. Just 16 seconds into the ball game. Our score, Fergus Falls 7, Morris Area nothing. Back after this.
Boros Electronics, your radio.
Let's go back with Brian and Mark.
Well, Mark, you said it right before the kickoff. Their special teams are dangerous, and Justin Arneson proved that on that opening kickoff. 88 yards in that opening kickoff. Took him 16 seconds to cover 88 yards.
Well, he's an outstanding athlete. Obviously, he's a dangerous receiver, but they're obviously smart to put him in on the special teams. And again, he really made some beautiful cuts, and he's done that before. just a natural athletic ability, and then
Draxten will kick it out. Bremen will take it at the 5. 10, 15, straight up the field. Bremen 20, 25, 30. He's got some running room and is up in it across the 30 at the 37-yard line. One man to beat, and coming across to make the tackle was Brian Larrivy. And if he doesn't make the tackle, Tony's going to answer Arneson's touchdown.
Yeah, he made a nice cut in the middle, and they gave him enough blocking in the initial wall, and Tony had one man to beat, and then it would have been a foot race and maybe a cutback attempt, but Tigers will start in good field position at the 39-yard line.
First down and 10, Larrivy, on that tackle for the Otters. One setback, now Evenson, slot left, goes back to a tailback position. Ekren, the junior quarterback, on first down, will give to Evenson, straight ahead, and Derek across the 40 to the 41-yard line on the staff for the Otters. The defensive tackle, Ross Johnson. The Otters, Mark, not only have some great skill players, they have some size up front.
Right, and they were in a 44 set, so the Tigers went to a little inside trap play, and they run that lead trap against this four-man front, and it's been a good play for the Tigers over the years. They got only about 2, maybe a short 3 on first down, now shotgun.
Shotgun formation on second down. We'll call it a long 7 for the Tigers at their 41. 1 minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Ekren rolling near sideline, looking downfield, has Evenson over his head, incomplete at the outer 45-yard line. Anthony rolling to the near sideline, just a little bit too high for Derek Evenson, and it'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was good, calm play by the quarterback, Ekren, who's just been poised back there all season, just a little bit out of the reach of Derek Evenson, and I think Derek, wishes he could have caught that one because he was open for a first down. Now it's third and long.
Esterling will go wide right. Bremen comes to the near sideline. Slot right is Evenson. One setback is Longnecker on third down along 7 here for the Tigers at their 41. 7-0. Otters with the lead. Ekren, bootleg rolling right. Hits, gets rid of it. Evenson has it, far side, 45, and close to a first down, taken out of bounds at midfield, and he'll have just enough for the first down for the Tigers. Caleb Rudnick, a linebacker there, makes the stop, but a nice run after the catch for Derek Evenson, Mark.
Well, you see that play on Sunday afternoon so often. It's that little waggle, and Ekren had the blitz coming at him from the corner, but that's what allowed Evenson to be so wide open and then get the first down. But Anthony Ekren did a great job just getting rid of the football.
It was Karst that was putting the pressure on, and he got rid of it. Evenson picks up 9 yards to midfield, and a Tiger first down. Trips near sideline. One setback. Longnecker, straight ahead run for Josh. Hit and tripped up after a couple of yard pickup. On the tackle for the Otters is Rudnick. Gain of a couple of yards. Ross Johnson also there. Gain of 3 brings up second down and 7 for the Tigers at the Otter 46-yard line.
You don't know how big a first down that is just because they strike so quickly. They have a high potent offense. Now the Tigers are on their side of midfield, feeling a little bit of confidence now, and see what they can do here.
Shotgun formation for Ekren. Durkee and Johnson come wide near sideline. Ekren will roll this way, being chased. Hit as he gets rid of it and got it off to Longnecker, and Longnecker plows his way for maybe a half a yard or so. Good coverage by the Otter defense. Erickson and Hopponen there to make the stop for Fergus Falls. A 1-yard pickup will bring up 3rd and 6.
Now that play was designed for Anthony to get outside. However, I think Anthony, when he sees the films Monday, is going to see that he should have just sat in the pocket because they did a nice job, the defensive ends, of containment. Anthony did a good job of not giving up negative yards and got a little bit of a pass to Josh.
Brumman goes wide right. Esterling slot right, I formation. Ekren rolling right, being chased from behind, looks downfield, throwing. Brumman has it, and at the 35-yard line, hangs onto it with a defender draped all over him, but Tony hangs onto it for a Tiger first down up the 35-yard line. Nice comeback on the reception for Tony Brumman.
And again, Anthony, he stepped up in the pocket that time and avoided the defensive end rush. Good job by the line of kicking him out, and then a nice catch, nice throw. 2 first downs, 2 third down conversions for the Tigers.
And just a quick note back to Clay. Make sure we drop some tapes in if you haven't done so already. Wide receivers go left and right on first down. Ekren rolling left, screen pass, got it away. Graham has it, gets a block from Beyer. Graham spun around and thrown out of bounds across the way. On the stop for the Otters is Caleb Rudnick, a 225-pound linebacker. He just grabbed him by the arm and threw him out of bounds.
Yeah, you mentioned Adam Beyer had a tremendous block on the defensive outside linebacker Karst, and they needed one more block, and then Graham would have been off to the races. But it's second down and 9. Again, the Tigers trail 7-0, 9:10 on the clock in the first quarter at Coombfield and Morris.
Brumman will come wide near sideline. Shotgun formation again for Ekren. Wide right is Johnson. Graham slot left. Make the inside handoff to Longnecker. Good protection. Ekren looking downfield. He's got Johnson, overthrew him. Mike had a step on the defender that time, and Anthony throwing on the run. Overthrew him by a good 6-7 yards.
Yeah, he saw him, and he kind of got fired up, and he threw a bullet, but it was a little too high and out of the reach of anybody into the end zone. Third down and 9 now. Tigers will have to obviously go to the air here, and this is the time that you might look for a screen-type situation again with the pressure coming at him.
Ekren up under center. Graham dodged the eye. Durkee wide right. It'll be Graham straight ahead. Nothing doing for Graham. And on the stop once again for the Otters is Caleb Rudnick. Grabbed him by the jersey and hung on. Brady picked up maybe a yard. It'll bring up 4th down and 8. Decision time for the Tigers. Mark, looks like they're going to bring the punting team on.
Yeah, I thought maybe when they ran that if they would have got another 3 yards or 4 yards, they would have gone for it. They're inside the 35. I think their thinking is, well, we got to get this high potent offense inside the 10 here.
Durkee on to do the punting. Arneson standing back at around the 10-yard line for the Otters. Clock running with 8:25 remaining in this opening quarter. Fergus Falls leading 7-0 and the Arneson 80-yard touchdown. Snap comes to the up back. Graham, he'll shovel it off to Lorenz. Lorenz not going to go anywhere. He got maybe to the 30-yard line before he is absolutely leveled by Cannon Kildee, a junior linebacker. And that fake didn't fool the Otters at all. Fergus Falls will get the football for the first time tonight on offense in pretty good field position. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line. That only picked up about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, it was worth a shot because if you punt and it goes into the end zone, they're at the 20. So now they got at the 30. I think it was worth a shot, especially trailing to a high-potent team. You're probably going to have a few gambles tonight.
Brimhall, the quarterback, split backs on first down. Wide receiver to the left. On first down, straight ahead run. Not much running room there. Second effort, maybe we'll get a couple of yards. On the snap for the ball carrier was the fullback Dave Karst. For the Otters, Josh Longnecker and Mike Wetzel there for the snap for the Tigers. And a pickup of about 3 yards. Second down at 7 coming in for the Otters. Now spotted just shy of the 35, so officially a gain of about 4 brings up a second down. We'll call it a long 6. Erickson goes wide left, split backs again. Brimhall on second down, tight end left. He'll turn and give again to Karst. He's got running room up the middle. Finally brought down, but not before he picks up a first down all the way out across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Josh Longnecker in there at linebacker. The sophomore makes the snap, but as you said, Mark, a big hole for Karst up the middle.
And the Tigers don't see double tights very often in the West Central Conference. A lot of teams do it at times, but they're pretty much a double tight all the way, even though they do have a fine passing game. And as Coach Witt mentioned, those tight ends stay in the block most of the time.
Christensen comes wide right. Brimhall on first down gives to Hopponen, and Hopponen tripped up as he gets across midfield to the Tiger 48-yard line. Josh Longnecker there to make the stop for the Tigers. Gain of 4. Sets up second down and 6 for the Otters.
And they do have a size advantage up front. And, of course, the Tigers, without one of their biggest players all season, Jeremy Moore, certainly will welcome him back the latter part of the season here. But they could certainly use him tonight with that beef up front by the Otters, really moving the Tigers at this point.
Second down and 6 for the Otters at the Tiger 47. Wide receivers go left and right. One setback. Brimhall stands up now. The draw play up the middle. The give is to Hopponen. Penalty marker on the play. And this may be against the offense. Yes, illegal motion called against the Otters. And that's our first penalty marker of the game.
Well, this will be an interesting decision. It's either going to be second and just a little more than 10 or third and a short 5. I think the Tigers will probably take the penalty.
And we look down at the field, Mark, and really for one of the first times this year we see a very familiar officiating crew.
Right. We have had some Breck Wap officials, but not for a couple of our games, and we haven't recognized a lot of them. And again, I think part of that reason is there is a real shortage of football officials around the state.
Penalty puts the ball back to the Otter 47-yard line and sets up second down. We'll call it 11 for the Otters. One setback is Hopponen. Brimhall back to pass. Has time. Looking downfield. He's got a man open and a catch. Beautiful catch by the tight end, Charlie Schonhardt. And Schonhardt takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Well, that pass was a little high, but Schonhardt did a nice job to haul it in. And you talk about a quarterback having all day long to throw that football.
Oh, they did put 3 receivers out. Sometimes they only put 2 out, but they keep that extra blocker in there plus the running back. So he did have a lot of time, and when you do have that time and probably the only receiver open, he was the one that he targeted, and he hit him. The Tigers weren't in terrible coverage, but just a nice tall receiver making a nice catch.
And Schonhardt snuck behind a linebacker and pulls it down all the way down to the 15-yard line. First down and 10 for Fergus Falls. At the Tiger 15, they lead 7-0 and knocking on the door again. One setback, 2 receivers left. Straight ahead give, and that's Hopponen. Bounces free for a moment, and then inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Benji Kiefer comes up to make the stop, along with Mike Wetzel for the Tigers. Only about a yard gain on that carry for Hopponen, a senior for the Otters. And now they'll bring in some fresh players, and that's one thing, too, Mark, the Otters have. They have a lot of depth on this squad.
Yeah, I think there's about 60 players here tonight from Fergus Falls, and, with that depth, that's going to wear the Tigers down a little bit. Again, maybe just being a little school, having a little more depth tonight will be a key.
Split backs, Karst and Hopponen. Brimhall back to pass, pump fake, has time, looking downfield into the end zone, leaping and drops out of bounds.
And that is
what
a
an effort.
holding call.
What an effort by Erickson, but we're going to get a holding call. Somebody on the right side of the line. It was going to be a sack if the lineman didn't hold, and a holding call will push this one back against the Otters.
Yeah, that was a good call because I think the Tigers would have had a sack, and he just threw it up for grabs, and was a jump ball. Tigers did a nice job of defensing. I think they're going to take the penalty.
Penalty will be stepped off from the point of infraction, which was at the 23-yard line, so that'll be a 10-yard, or the 22. That'll put the ball back at the 32-yard line of the Tigers, and we'll set up a second down and long now for Fergus Falls.
Yeah, that's about a 17-yard penalty.
Tigers had double coverage that time on Erickson down in the end zone. He did a nice job to get a hand on it, but the Tigers with double coverage, good coverage downfield. Erickson will go wide left, single setback is Hopponen. Slot near sideline now is Arneson. Brimhall under center on first down, pitch in the end around, comes to Arneson, bounces outside, Arneson 20 to the 15, slices by one tackler and inside the 10, down and around the 8-yard line. And it looks like he's inbounds. Finally, running him down from behind Benji Kiefer and Patrick Kukla.
Well, when he was lined up in the right slot, I know that the Tiger, I wish you could have yelled at the Tiger defensive end on the opposite side. Watch 23 coming your way. He did come their way. He got some nice seal blocks on the outside, and then he made a dandy move to get around the Tigers and get around the corner and got most of that 17-yard plus another 7-8, so it's third and short.
Third down and about 3 for the Otters at the Tiger 9-yard line with 3:57 remaining in this opening quarter. Wide to the near sideline comes Christensen, split backfield, Brimhall on third down, takes the inside. No, he does give the handoff to the running back, Larrivy, and Larrivy close to a first down. A host of Tigers there to make the stop, and Mr. Josh Longnecker, one of those on the bottom of the pile for the Tigers. And this may require a measurement.
Just checking the defensive charts in the locker room before the game, Josh Longnecker has 80 tackle points. He's been in on 80 different tackles this year, and that by far and away leads the Tigers, who again have put a lot of fresh people on defense, and Josh has really been that stable man in the middle that every football team needs.
Now they are going to bring the chains out for a measurement. That'll stop the clock with 3:25 remaining in this opening quarter. Justin Arneson took the opening kickoff 88 yards for the Otters for the first score of the game, and the Otters right now looking at a fourth down and inches. Tigers go on the road for their final 2 games, Mark. Next Friday they go to Benson, and then a week from Wednesday, MEA Wednesday, they go to Long Prairie Grey Eagle to close out the season. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk more about maybe a little clearer look at the playoff picture coming up in a few weeks.
Right, and this obviously is a non-conference game. With BBE not being in the conference, the Tigers put Fergus Falls on the schedule and welcome the addition of a good football team to their schedule. And again, as Coach Witt said, they want to get a lot out of this game.
Fourth down and inches for the Otters. They're going to go power I formation, actually the wishbone formation. Handoff to Karst, the fullback, shoved backwards, but I think forward progress got him inside the 5 to around the 4-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down. Adam Beyer makes the stop, and it is a first down. Now, one thing, Mark, with Fergus Falls over the last couple of years now developed a nice rivalry on the basketball floor with the Otter basketball team.
Yeah, they have a tremendous group of athletes going through the system up there, and I think they're going to be strong for years to come. And again, that's why I think Coach Witt says, hey, we want teams like that on our schedule. We can only improve as a team.
First and goal from the 4. I formation, Karst the fullback, Hopponen behind him. Hopponen gets the pitch, cuts back inside, and a great tackle by Mike Johnson. Drops him for a loss, back at around the 8-yard line. That's a 4-yard loss for Mike Johnson, the defensive end. Longnecker coming up to help out as well for the Tigers. Second down and goal. We talk about the matchup between the Tigers and the Otters on the basketball floor. There's a young man standing behind us. I think he remembers a game up in Fergus Falls a couple of years ago. Jared Swanson with that game-winning basket.
Yeah, that was an exciting time in Tiger basketball. It was a great game up at Fergus.
It was one of the best games I have done in a long time. That'll go down in the memory book. Second and goal for the Otters at the 8. Back to a wishbone formation. And around, give the tailback, Larrivy. Larrivy tripped up after maybe a yard gain. Schmidgall is there for the Tigers along with Patrick Kukla. And once again, Josh Longnecker, a very short gain to about the 7th. Third and goal for the Otters. The Tiger defense, Mark, really digging in here the last couple of plays.
Yeah, they're doing a fine job. I think they probably have a quickness edge on their defense against some of those people up front. And again, they're hanging in there. We'll see if they can stop them here for 2 more downs.
Erickson comes wide near sideline. He'll draw single coverage from Detma. Split back.
Fade
Tight
pass.
ends.
Fade pass.
Brimhall looking, throwing pass, broken up, incomplete at the goal line by Tyler Fohl. He had a chance to pick it off, and if he picks it off, Mark, that may have been 6 points the other way. Maybe just a little heat on that pass from Brimhall, the reason why he wasn't able to hang on to it.
I think they're thinking whether they're going to go for the field goal or not. Obviously, they have a fine kicker. He easily has the foot to make this. It's just whether or not they want to go for 6 or go for 3 here.
And they're going to go for it.
And if Tyler does, if that pass isn't thrown so hard, Tyler might pick it off and go all the way.
4th down and goal for the Otters. At the 7, one setback, Arneson and Erickson come wide near sideline. Hopping in the single setback, Brimhall back to pass, being chased, looking, rolling, throwing into the end zone, broken up, incomplete at the goal line by Matt Jetma, and the Tiger defense will hold and take over on down.
The reason I said, Brian, is the Tiger defensive man fell down. Luckily, the pressure on the quarterback got there at the same time. He couldn't throw when the Tiger defensive man fell down. He rolled, he got up, Tiger defensive man knocked it down. Beautiful stand by the Tiger defense.
Great job on the goal line. 2 consecutive plays, one by Tyler Fohl and that one by Matt Jetma. I said the Tiger's going to take over the 20. That's incorrect. They'll take over the 6, of course. On the 4th down incompletion, Brumman comes wide near sideline. Johnson goes wide right. Evenson slot near sideline on 1st down for the Tigers. At halfway to Glenwood. Hand off, Longnecker. Big hole up the middle. Longnecker bangs his way out to the 13, 14-yard line. On the stop is Karst, the linebacker for the Otters.
Tigers call out their belly series, and the halfback Evenson kicked out the DN. An off-tackle play to the fullback. Nice hole as he took it up the middle and got almost 8. Call it a 7-yard gain for Longnecker. 2nd and 3, and these are important running yards as the quarter winds under a minute here.
That was one thing Jerry would mention in the pregame. He wanted to get a ground game going here. Single setback is Longnecker. Evenson now in motion from left to right.
Same play.
And again, Longnecker off right tackle, pushes Evenson his tailback forward, and he now for the 1st down across the 16 to the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup and a Tiger 1st down. And one thing, when Jerry talked about the running game, he did say after that, if we get the running game going, that's going to help to open up the passing game a little bit.
Well, that 1st down, because of where it was on the field, is a real big 1st down, and now the Tigers will attempt to at least get in decent field position here.
1st down and 10 for the Tigers at their 17. Final 30 seconds of this 1st quarter. Evenson in motion now from right to left. Esterling goes wide right. Brumman to the near sideline. Straight ahead gives to Longnecker. He got a yard or 2.
That may have been, excuse me, Brian, that may have been Lorenz. I'm not sure. No, you're right.
Yeah, it was Longnecker.
And the Tigers trying to go to the belly to the left side that time, not finding the running room, and that will end the 1st quarter with the Tigers down 7-0.
Well, after the Otters got the kick return to the opening kick out by Arneson, the Tigers have some good defense in the 1st quarter, and at the end of 1 here at Coombs Field, our score, Fergus Falls 7, Morris area nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football on KMRF. 2nd quarter here at Coombs Field, just an absolutely gorgeous Friday night for high school football.
Well, that Tiger defense was really fine in that 1st quarter. You know, they gave up the long kick return. Well, that's a special team, so yeah, they gave up a couple of big plays, 1 pass and 1 run, but they held them when they needed to, and only trail 7-0 here, and have got a few 1st downs on offense and have looked sharp.
First play of the 2nd quarter for the Tigers will be a 2nd down and 9 from their 18-yard line. Graham slot near sideline. Brumman goes wide left. Johnson wide near sideline. Ekren long snap count. Penalty marker is down. Pass away and incomplete. And I think Brumman moved just prior to the snap.
Yeah, Tony's going to, and they'll decline this, I believe. It'll be 3rd and 8. He was on the left side and just running a little stop pattern, timing route. Kind of threw the timing of the pass off, too, because of the early start.
And the penalty against the Tigers, the referee, Harold Meisner, will go over the options with the Otter defensive captain. And it looks to me like it is the linebacker, Rudnick, yes.
Well, they are going to take it. I'm a little surprised just because it would have been 3rd down right inside the 20-yard line. Now it's 2nd down and back inside the 15.
2nd down and 13 now for the Tigers. Back at the 14-yard line. Graham comes in motion. Ekren rolling right, looking downfield, stops, throws back, and the pass is it caught?
Nice play.
It is caught by Mike Johnson. I was looking to the official, Jack Apple, for a signal, and Johnson comes back and makes the catch. Boy, did he take that right off the blade of grass on the field.
2 or 3 passes this year where Anthony has had to throw the ball before Mike is even done with the pattern, and the timing was perfect because he put it right on number 4, nice and low, and Anthony was getting pressured.
And there was a linebacker, too, Mark, that came very close to getting a piece of that football. That sets up 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers at their 23. Ekren fires across the way. Brumman has it. 1st down. Brumman out across the 30, the 32-yard line. Sloan getting up. Hopponen, who made the stop for the Tigers. Just a quick little look-in pattern. And Anthony Ekren hit Tony right on the numbers for the Tiger 1st down.
Well, that's the most beautiful play in football. I think that post, a little slant pass, but it's also the most dangerous. But they gave him some cushion. Tony caught the ball in the middle and almost escaped and then went down to a knee. 1st and 10 Tigers up their 4th first down.
That's a 10-yard pickup out to the Tigers' 33-yard line. This drive started at their 6th single setback is Longnecker. Back to the I formation now. Ekren will give to Evenson, hit at the line and goes nowhere. Good read defensively that time by Karst, the linebacker. He came flying through, read the play perfectly. Evenson stopped for no gain.
It's a case where the block just didn't last long enough. The Tigers got initial contact. It looked like there was a hole there, but boy, did it close in a hurry because of a great defensive play. But the Tigers have got to contain their blocks to allow the running backs a little extra time to break in that hole.
Wide receiver Brumman goes left. Johnson comes wide near sideline on 2nd down and 10. No gain for the Tigers, 33. Ekren back to pass, rolling left, being chased. Looks to run to the ball, has some room to run. Now steps up, fires. Brumman juggling, has it. Out across the 43 to the 44-yard line. And close to a Tiger, and will be a Tiger 1st down.
Well, 5 first downs, and 4 of them have come on 3rd down conversions, and 3 of them now to Tony Brumman. They're just that comeback pass, which is a great pass. The thing that has to be impressive here is Tony is getting outside the pocket. I'm sure the defensive coaches for Fergus Falls right now are just adamant about their DNs not getting containment, but then Anthony's also stepped up inside the pocket at times.
And he showed a little bit of speed, I guess we could say, too, eluding some pressure here at times tonight. 1st and 10 Tigers at their 44, shotgun formation.
Middle screen.
Fake has the tight end Schmidgall. He has blockers, cuts back up the middle, and Schmidgall with a 9-yard pickup to the outer 43.5-yard line, just shy of a 1st down. On the stop is Kildee for the Otters.
Great play call by Coach Rambo, who they really like this play because of Matt Schmidgall's running ability and the way he's playing football this year. Got 9, and I think the defensive ends and linemen said, hey, we finally get a rush going, and boy, then they throw that little screen at us. So they got them guessing a little bit, and the Tigers on a little bit of a roll here. Drive started at the 6. They've went 50 yards already.
This will be the 10th play of the drive. Evenson in motion from right to left. Single setback Longnecker. He gets the handoff. Nice stop and go move. Finds some running room about 4 yards. Enough for the 1st down to the 41-yard line. On the staff for the Otters is Rudnick. Well, that was a nice little change of pace run by Longnecker, Mark. He kind of stopped at the line of scrimmage, shifted just a little bit, went to his right, and picks up 4.5, 5 yards for the 1st down.
Well, every time they've run that belly play, it's been off tackle. Josh said, not this time. I'm going right up the middle and got the 5 yards and 1st down Tigers.
Durkee comes wide near sideline. Brumman goes wide left and 1st down for the Tigers at the outer 41. And everybody, I think, but the center Adam Byer and Anthony Ekren move for the Tigers. And I think it may have been the center who missed the snap count.
Yeah, I think Jake Ellison, the Tiger center, forgot the snap count. He said, oh, no. It's the most embarrassing moment you can have when you're the center because you hardly get your name called all game long with the trench work that they're doing. And, again, that offensive line has done a good job tonight so far for the Tigers.
I talked to Matt Reese, who is still out with that concussion problem. He asked me if I was going to talk about the line tonight, so we'll talk about the line and then some here tonight for Matt. 1st and 15. Ekren stands up, fires looking for Esterling, and Anthony throwing just a little early. Chris wasn't anywhere near breaking off his pattern. It goes incomplete, and will bring up 2nd down and 15. 2 things, Mark. The Tigers have had the ball twice. Their first possession, they didn't score. They had the ball for 9 plays. This is the 12th play of this drive.
Yeah, and that's keeping it away from a good offense. Fergus got a nice drive of their own, but they failed to score, going for it on 4th and goal, and Tigers now have a 2nd and long.
Shotgun formation at 2nd and 15, just shy of the Otter 45. Brevin and Esterling come to the near sideline. Ekren will roll right, step up, looking downfield. Now going to run with the football. 40, 35, and Ekren down at around the 35-yard line. Erickson comes up to make the stop. That's a 10-yard pickup. Nice job by Ekren. One of the few times this year, Mike, really we've seen Anthony put the ball in and run with it.
Well, that's maturity coming out, and, you know, he was a brand new junior quarterback, but he's played a lot of football, and now he's maturing into an awfully fine passing quarterback, and this is now going to add to his game, and he's certainly a weapon that Fergus is going to have to look at tonight.
3rd down along 5, just shy of the Otter 35-yard line. Single setback is Longnecker, trips left. Ekren stands up, pump fake, being pressured and sacked. Kilby, the linebacker, came through on the blitz, and the sack puts the ball all the way back near the 45 of the Tigers.
I'll give Fergus credit. That was a tremendous defensive pressure on Anthony. He wasn't able to get outside. Now, it looked like there was a mix-up in the play because Anthony looked to pass right away, and I think the receivers were there. They're kind of looking back at him. What happened? Maybe he couldn't get a grip on the ball or something.
Durkee on to punt. Arneson and Erickson dropping back deep for the Otters on 4th down and 12 for the Tigers. Coming up on 7 minutes left in this first half. 7-0. Fergus Falls with the lead. Good snap. Durkee has a lot of time. A low kick. Fielded by Erickson at the 20. Penalty marker is down. Erickson, 35-40, leaps over a tackler and then tripped up at the 42 by Graham. But there is a penalty marker down on the play, and I think this one may come back.
Now, that's going to be either a block below the waist or a clip or a illegal use of the hands.
Jack Apple telling head referee Harold Meisner, and it is a clipping call. So that will negate a nice run by Erickson, who almost broke one there on that punt return mark.
Yeah, you don't want to get these guys in the open field as they showed on the kick return and now the punt return. Two different Fergus athletes that certainly can move in the open field.
So that penalty will put the football back inside the Otter 15-yard line. Looks to be right around the 12-yard line. That's where the Otters will start. 1st down and 10.
Brian, don't you dare say anything about how fast this game is moving along. Don't you dare say that.
Not me. 1st and 10, Fergus Falls at their 12-yard line. They lead 7-0 here with just under 7 minutes left in this first half.
This young man has a tremendous arm, Brimhall. He can throw the ball a long ways.
And now we get a stoppage of play. I think we may have the wrong football on the field. Yep, the Otters need to get their football on the field. Oh, you talked about the rain yesterday, Mark, here with that JV game, and part of the field did get chewed up a little bit. This is the final regular season home game for the Tigers, but really, all in all, I think the field is in very good condition.
I think it bothered Durkee on that last punt. He was in that area where it was really mucky, and he just didn't get his normal boot into it.
1st down and 10. 3 backs in the I formation for the Otters. This is something new. And out to the 3rd man through, and stumbling for about 2 or 3 yards, I believe, is Hopponen. Yes. He'll pick up about 2 or 3. Hosts of Tigers there to make the stop. Josh Longnecker slowed him up initially, and then Mike Wessel and Patrick Tukla came up to help out. A gain of only a yard to the 13. I don't know if I've ever seen that kind of formation work.
No, and I think the other thing is the 4A versus 3A thing is over. The first quarter, we're into the middle of the second quarter. They're just playing football up front, and I think you have a little bit of that to start the game, and then they get the big kick return, but now it's just good football.
3 I backs. Hopponen, the deep back, gets the handoff, bouncing inside, cutting back to his right, out across the 18 to around the 21, 22-yard line. Mike Johnson makes the stop along with Smidgo for the Tigers, and that'll be very close to a 1st down for the Otters.
I think it's a little short, but we don't have the exact angle we need to call this one.
And we may get another stoppage of play. Yep, we're going to get a measurement, our second one here tonight. One final earlier today in football. Hancock won their first game of the year over Clinton Graceville Beards, laying 19-6 in Graceville. A tough day for the Wolverines. They had 9 turnovers in that ball game.
Yeah, you don't win many football games turning the ball over like that, and congratulations to Hancock on their first win.
Adam Stiege, the first-year head coach, former Wolverine up at Wadena Deer Creek, taking over the head coaching job at Hancock, getting his first win today.
Well, it is just inches short. with 6:13 left in the second quarter and Fergus holding a 7-0 lead. The Tigers have been pretty good. It's just that the field's been too long for them tonight. They've had two nice drives. One stalled on a fake punt inside the 35, and then the other one stalled after getting about 50 yards. They had to punt, and now Fergus is back. Just their second offensive possession.
Third down and inches for the Otters at their 22-yard line. Wishbone formation. Karst, the fullback, gets the handoff, blasting off left guard, and he'll pick up the first down by about a yard or so. Wetzel there for the Tigers to make the stop, and Josh Longnecker, but it will be a first down for the Otters at the 23.5-yard line.
I'm sure they want to establish the running game, and they certainly look like it on their first drive, but you just wonder when they're going to uncork one here with the weapons they have on the outside.
I was just thinking the same thing. It almost seems like they're a little conservative here tonight.
Well, Arneson, they're in a full house wishbone type backfield. There are no wide receivers in.
Larrivy, the fullback. Back to pass, Brimhall, pressure, going off the back, put it up for grabs, incomplete.
Nice
Tucker
play.
McCannon was back there defensively. He was looking for Schonhardt, and Tucker McCannon closed that hole in a hurry and got a hand on the football.
Yeah, that was a nice play, and the two tight ends just ran a little crossing X pattern, and they ran it deep, a good play fake, and plenty of time to throw initially, but then the Tigers got some pressure, and he just let it go, and now here comes the two outside threats.
Erickson and Arneson.
Right.
Second down and 10 for the Otters. 5.5 minutes remaining to play here in this first half. A 7-0 Otter lead. Tigers make a change defensively up front. Adam Erickson comes in. One setback now is Hopponen. Wide receivers left and right. Arneson goes right. Erickson to the near sideline. Brimhall looking for Erickson to the pass. Broken up, incomplete by Matt Smidgall. The Otter coach is livid. He wanted pass interference, but a great defensive play by Matt Smidgall right down in front of us.
Yeah, it was good coverage. Now, Matt maybe had a little bit of the hand on the backside, but he got the front hand on the ball, and I think that's why there was not a call on the interference. And despite the protest, the play will be incomplete, 3rd and 10.
That stops the clock with 5:25 remaining here in this first half. If this keeps up, Mark, we may have to see if I've got 11 certificates here for this defensive squad for our player of the game tonight. One setback is Hopponen. Erickson wide left. Arneson goes wide right. Penalty marker. We're going to get illegal motion call. Brimhall back to pass. Now going to be forced to run with it. Goes back to his left. Eludes Longnecker. Gets a block near sideline. Is shoved out of bounds by Smidgall. But this is going to come back because the tailback Hopponen moved prior to the snap.
The only thing you'd like to see if you're a Tiger fan is for them to make a tackle and have them short of the conversion for the first down. So now they'll have to take the penalty because he made a nice scrambling run out of it for a nice almost 20-yard gain. But it'll come back. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Well, that offensive line did a great job initially protecting him, but then they kicked the defense out, Mark, and just kind of parted the line like the Red Sea, and he had all kinds of room to run upfield.
Yeah, and the Tigers are playing bump and run on the outside receivers, but they're covering those with two deep safeties, and that's the philosophy right now early in the game, and I think what they probably practice most of the week. And Mr. Jetma and Mr. Smidgall are the two bump and run defenders, and you have Fohl and Benji Keeper deep.
Arneson goes wide right. Erickson wide near sideline, and 3rd and 15 at the Otter 19. Brimhall back to pass. Pump fake. Looking over the middle. Lots of time throwing, and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Tyler Fohl. And I think maybe almost a little confusion, Mark, because Erickson and Arneson were in the same vicinity around the 40-yard line. Brimhall showing a strong arm, but a little too strong.
Well, and I like the Tiger defense right now. They know that Fergus is going to keep the tight ends in to block a lot of the time. There was a lot of black shirts covering two white shirts that time, and of course they're still checking on the tight ends coming out of the backfield late. That's the linebacker's job, but Fergus now in a punting situation. Tigers get the ball back.
Arneson will punt. He'll hit it from around the 10-yard line or so. Graham and Brumman back deep. Arneson, left-footed kicker, lots of time. A low, wobbly kick. Graham will let it bounce. It'll bounce at the 50 and roll out of bounds down to our left at the Tiger 46-yard line. So the Tigers are going to get real good field position with just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Fergus Falls leading 7-0. The only score of the game, the opening kickoff return, 88 yards by Arneson. Since then,
It's been even.
It's been very even, exactly. Tigers have moved the ball. This is their third possession, Mark. 9 plays in their first possession, 13 in their last possession. So Coach Jerry Wood, Coach Lyle Rambo, and the staff of the Tigers have to feel pretty good about how the offense has moved the football. And we see Chad Lorenz now in at fullback, giving Longnecker a breather. I formation. Brumman goes wide left. Johnson wide near sideline. Tigers go from our left to right on first down and 10. It's Evenson bouncing out to the left side. Evenson breaks a tackle and a jersey tackle from behind at around the 48-yard line. The tackle made by Schonhardt. If he doesn't pull him down, Evenson's probably going to pick up a first down and more.
Tigers call out their wide ice. Josh Longnecker normally, but this time Chad Lorenz, lead blocker on the play. Evie breaks it for about 7 yards. 6 or 7. It's second and a short 4 to go here. Clock is really not a factor right now. Plenty of time. 4:30 left in the second quarter.
Evenson goes out, Mark, and he's kind of flexing that left leg. Brady Graham comes in now to replace him at tailback. Turkey goes wide left. Brumman comes wide right on second down. Ekren rolling near sideline.
Watch out.
Block, hit from behind, and does a nice job to hang out of the football. And Schonhardt with the sack back inside the Tiger 48 to around the 47-yard line.
And fortunately, Anthony did hold on to the football because he came from the backside, and the Tiger line on the left side did not pick up the outside man. There's always one man uncovered, and his job is the backside. Now, sometimes it's an offensive back, too, but Tigers did not do a good job of blocking. Good play by the Fergus DN. Now it's 3rd and 8.
Situation there, Mark, with the Tigers maybe missed Josh Longnecker quite a bit. Brumman goes wide left, Johnson wide right, Graham in motion from right to left. Lorenz the single setback on 3rd and 8. Ekren play fake, pressured, looking, lobbing, and juggled, hung onto by Schmidgall, but he's tripped up at midfield, and a nice open field tackle by Dave Karst, and it'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the punting unit for the Tigers.
Yeah, because of the sack, that play wasn't going to work as well, but I think Matt would have enough for a first down. He had to catch the ball, and that cost him a chance to put a move on the defensive backs, who made a nice play. Fergus did a good job of holding the Tigers after that first down gain, and now the Tigers will have to punt just inside Fergus territory at the 49.
Durkee on to punt. Jetman will snap. Arneson and Erickson back deep for the Otters.
Punt this one out of bounds, Justin.
Bit of a high snap. Durkee has time. They'll set up the return. A high kick to the far side. He'll keep it away from everyone. Hit and bounce out of bounds across the way at around the 25-yard line. Nice job of punting by Justin Durkee. He made sure he kept it away from 2 very dangerous return men.
Well, if he had got a little better roll, the ball actually bounced 5 yards the wrong way, so the ball will be spotted at the 28. So really a short punt, but because he gave them no chance of return, a smart punt, as you called it, and it's too bad it didn't roll inside the 20 and get that 5-yard roll in the Tigers' favor. Under 3 minutes.
Something we've seen him do quite a bit the last couple of years, Mike. Really been able to get a good roll, a kind roll on the punt. Arneson will come wide near sideline on first down for Fergus Falls. Erickson will go wide right. Single setback is Hopponen. First down and 10 for the Otters at their 28. Brimhall back to pass. Arneson slant pattern over the middle. Has it. First down across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
And that had to be perfectly thrown. Arneson jumped all over and made a nice catch. Nice throw by the quarterback. First down, but again, that's a dangerous spot if it's not right on the money.
First down and 10 for the Otters down at their 42-yard line. 2:45 remaining now in this first half, and I think, Mark, both teams have their full complement of timeouts remaining.
Yeah, there's a lot of time, especially in high school ball with the timeouts and everything. Or the first downs, excuse me.
First down and 10. Erickson goes wide right. Christensen comes wide near sideline. One setback is Hopponen. Tigers with 5 up on the defensive line. Brimhall to pass, and that may have been deflected at the line. Either Amundsen or perhaps Wetzel got a piece of it at the line of scrimmage, and it goes incomplete. I'm not sure who got a piece of that. It may have even been Adam Byram on that far side, Mark.
Yeah, and their quarterback, Brimhall, just an average-sized quarterback. I think Anthony might be just a little taller. Sometimes that affects the, not just the ball getting deflected, but your sight when you're passing that post pattern. But incomplete pass because of the nice play up front by the Tigers.
Second down and 10. Arneson comes wide near sideline. Erickson goes wide right. Brimhall back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looking right, looking left, rolling right, looking. Can't find anybody open. Now jumps it off out of the backfield. That's Hopponen. Hopponen first down all the way down to the Tiger 35-yard line.
And I was thinking we had to have somebody downfield. I kept looking for a 60 number, but I honestly didn't see one.
Boy, Brimhall with a great performance there, Mark. He bought all kinds of time. I think he had about 8-9 seconds in which to look over the field, not once, not twice, but about 3 or 4 times.
But initially, I think if he would have run it, he probably could have got almost to the point where the football is right now. But, you know, he maybe was looking for the big play, and that's how you create a big play with all kinds of time.
First down and 10 for the Otters at the Tigers' 34-yard line. Christensen goes wide right, and now the Otters are going to take a timeout with 1:49 remaining here in the first quarter. Timeout with the score. Fergus Falls 7, Forest area nothing. Back after this. All right, thank you, Clay. 1:49 remaining here in this first half with 7-0. Fergus Falls lead. Otters with the football. Second down and 10 at the Tiger 34-yard line.
Just notice this, Brian. I actually think Justin was punting into a little bit of a breeze that's picked up. It's not much at all, but I think that caused the ball to not turn over as well, and just a slight breeze in the favor of the Otters right now.
Arneson goes wide right. Erickson comes wide near sideline. Hopponen the single setback. Brimhall on second down, pump fake right, looking left for Erickson. Steps up, throws it downfield, and over the shoulder, incomplete. What a great defensive play on the near sideline. Is that Benji Kiefer? Yes, Benji Kiefer knocked the ball out of the hands of Erickson, who looked like he had it for a moment, Mark, down around the 5-yard line.
I think Erickson's going to go back and tell his quarterback at halftime, I should have had that nice toss. But it was a tough catch because he had to look over the shoulder, and then Benji put a hit on him enough to pop the ball loose.
Showing a great arm is Ben Brimhall that time, Mark, throwing across his body, and he really got a lot on that, not only strength-wise, but he got enough air on it as well to let the receiver run underneath it.
And plenty of time to throw, and that's been a key for the Otters' passing attack tonight.
Let's see, scoreboard says third down, down marker says second. Brimhall back to pass, chase, sacked by Mike Johnson, back at the 40-yard line.
Well, that looked like Chris Dolman or Clemens or whoever you want from the Vikings getting around the corner on Sunday afternoon. Mike obviously not that big, but he's the big play defensive player for the Tigers. He was last week. He is again this week.
And now the Otters are going to use their second timeout with 1.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. They have third down and 16 coming up back at the Tiger 40-yard line. With the score, Otters 7, Tigers nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football 99. 1:31 remaining now in this first half. 7-0. Fergus Falls with the lead. The Otters have the ball. Third down and 16 back at the Tiger 40-yard line. Arneson comes wide left. Erickson wide right. Brimhall, pitch comes around to Erickson. He looks to throw the football. Pressure, steps up, throwing downfield, and it's caught by Arneson. And close to a first down. Nearly intercepted by Gemma. But I'll tell you what, Erickson showing a nice arm as well, and Arneson comes back to make the catch, and it will be enough for the first down for the Otters, down to the 20-yard line.
For a little gadgetry, they went to Erickson to throw the ball. Tigers really weren't fooled, but just a nice throw and a nice catch in traffic by Arneson. Clock is running minute 10. There's still plenty of time. They have one timeout, but now the incomplete passes and all that can stop the clock if the Otters need it.
First down and 10 for the Otters at the Tiger 20-yard line. Trips go to the right. Brimhall on first down, ball the near hash mark. Backpedaling 5 steps, looks over the middle, and he is sacked by Patrick Kukla back at the 25-yard line.
Now that was a decoy with the trips to the right, because then he looked for his receiver, number 17, Christensen on the left, and he was well covered by, I think, Kiefer on this side. So again, they are forced to use a timeout, and that will hurt a little bit. Oh, they're not using it. It's 34 seconds, clock running.
A loss of about 5.5, just shy of the 35-yard line. Excuse me, 25-yard line.
24 seconds and under, still running.
Second and long, and now we get a timeout. I think the Tigers may use a timeout here, Mike. Maybe a little confusion on the defense.
Good call by the Tiger defense, because they ran a lot of time off the clock, and now they can get settled in. It's second and long. Tigers take a timeout.
21 seconds remaining here in this first half with the score. Fergus Falls 7, Morris area nothing. Back after this pass along from up in Barrett, Mark, in a big game up there tonight. West Central area hosting Breckenridge in a Heart of Lakes Conference matchup, and Mike Frisch has got that night team on a roll. They lead Breckenridge at halftime 21-7.
Well, the Breck coaches we talked to at the JV game, they certainly were saying that, hey, West Central's for real. They deserve to be undefeated. They're a great football team, and they're showing that tonight.
Second down and 16 for the Otters. 21 seconds to go here in this first half. They lead 7-0. Ball at the Tiger 25.5-yard line. Twin receiver is right, single receiver Erickson left. Brimhall back to pass, pump fake, hit, and sacked again! The Tiger defense once again collapses for the sack. Johnson is there. Also there for the Tigers is Adam Erickson, and the Otters will be forced to use their final timeout. Mark, I'm going to look in my bag here. I'm going to see if I can find about 5 or 6 player of the game certificates here tonight. What a first half defensively for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Mike Johnson really is just getting around that corner with his speed. Size and speed is always a contrasting thing to look at on any athletic event, but oftentimes speed wins that contest. While in football, sometimes that size up front, if you're running, have a great running game. But now when Mike's coming around the outside, advantage Mike Johnson.
That'll bring up third down and halfway to Starbuck for the Otters.
Now the Tigers tackle them inbounds, and they're short of the first down. I don't think they get another playoff.
I don't think so.
So they might be forced to throw inside the 10 or to the end zone from out at the 30-yard line, and he certainly has the arm to do it. So it's still dangerous here. They have 2 more plays inside the 30 that they can throw into the Tiger end zone, but because they had to use the last time out, if the Tigers can at least tackle them inbounds and be just short of the 10, I think the half runs out.
Yeah, if they pick up anywhere 12, 13, 14 yards or so, it's going to take a while for everybody to get set. They have no timeouts remaining to stop the clock, so I don't think they get a chance to get a play off. And of course, they can't, if they would get line of scrimmage, they can't spike the ball and stop the clock because it would be 4th down.
Right, and the only thing they could do is if the quarterback does get an opportunity to scramble, he can get out of bounds or the receiver can get out of bounds.
Arneson, Christensen go to the right. Erickson comes wide left on third down and long for the Otters back at the Tiger 29-yard line. Brimhall back to pass in the pocket, steps up, throwing near sideline for Erickson in the end zone. Touchdown!
Oh, what a catch.
What a catch by Erickson. Double coverage, and he somehow hauls it into the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, that's a big play. They started the game with a big play. They end the half with a big play, and that was double coverage. He just went up and got it, and it was an excellent throw by the quarterback.
Boy, Erickson was the intended receiver all the way to Mark because Brimhall was looking left all the way down the field, and somehow Erickson, a senior, leaped up in between 2 defenders to make the catch, and now the point after try coming up for Draxten.
Well, it's unfortunate for the Tiger defense, who really played well all the half to have that late touchdown. Here's the extra point.
Draxten out for the point after kick on the way, and the kick is good. 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Timeout with the score. Fergus Falls 14, Morris area nothing. You're listening to Tiger Football from our right to left.
Well, it's obviously a little demoralizing for the Tiger fans and certainly for us, but being Tiger fans, but they still have played a good football game, and you know that there's no quitting the Tigers, and they'll talk about some things at half, and they'll stay in this football game and keep battling.
Well, you look at the score, it's 14-0, but really 2 plays have been it for the Otters in this ballgame. A low kick, bouncing upfield, and let's see, Lorenz will finally fall on it. He was going to pick it up and then let it go by, and finally it spun around where he had to try and pick it up, and does near the 20-yard line. That took 1 second, so the Tigers will have a chance for 1, maybe 2 plays, and look for Esterling to come in with his speed. No, he's not going to come in. Durkee and Brumman will come in at wide receivers.
Well, I think they're just going to kneel this down, Brian. I don't think they're going to take any chances. But I was just going to say, Fergus obviously, thinks Arneson and Erickson and those people are great football players because they're putting them on the special teams on the kick coverage, too. They feel that they're that important to their team.
You said it. They're going to take the knee. Ekren will come up under center. Longnecker and Graham to his left and right. Brumman back at the 5-yard line. Ekren will take the knee, and that'll bring the first half to an end. With the score, Fergus Falls 14, Morris area nothing. This here either.
Tigers will receive, and they have Esterling and Brumman deep.
Draxten will tee it up. When we've seen his strong leg, albeit just a couple of extra point kicks, he does show a very strong leg. A junior for the Otters has it teed up, kicking from left to right. High end-over-end kick. Esterling backpedaling, twisting and turning. Hits it at the one, and it goes through the end zone for a touchback. Well, that kick really had Chris Esterling almost spun around 360 degrees.
Yeah, I know the Tigers coaches knew that he had a strong leg, and in high school football, as soon as the ball breaks the plane of the end zone, it's an automatic touchback, so you can't even return it if you catch it in the end zone. So that's a weapon that Fergus, I'm sure, is thankful that they have, and Tigers will start on the 20 as we're underway here at Coombs Field in the second half. Tigers trailing 14-0 on offense.
First down at 10. Bremen will come wide near sideline. Esterling goes wide right. Graham slot near sideline. Longnecker the single setback. 14-0. Otters with the lead. Just getting underway here in the second half. Longnecker up the middle. Longnecker spun around to the 21-yard line. Got about a yard, if even that. On the stop is Schonhardt for the Otters.
And the Tigers would love to get the running game going so they don't just have to rely on the pass for all their first downs. They had a lot of third down conversions, Brian, in that first half. I think 5 of them, in fact, and you don't want to rely on third down conversions if you want to win a football game.
Esterling will go wide right. Johnson wide near sideline. Slot right this time with Graham. It's second down and 9. Ekren under center will send Johnson in motion to the right. Anthony backpedaling, steps up, fires. Esterling has it. Wow, he dropped the ball. Took his eye off it just ever so slightly and dropped the ball. He had a couple of blockers out in front of him, and that could have picked up good yardage.
Yeah, that's the Tiger quick screen, as they call it, and they try to get the man in motion, Mike Johnson, to get one of the blocks, and then rely on the other wide receiver, and then the pulling tackle to come around the corner. But Chris dropped it. Now it's 3rd and 9.
11-17 remaining in this third quarter. Bremen in, he'll come wide near sideline. Johnson will go wide right. I formation on 3rd and 9 for the Tiger 21. Ekren rolling right, buying some time, being chased, looking back across the middle, going downfield. He's got Smidgall, has it at the 40 to the 39 of the Otters. What a catch by Matt Smidgall. Beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. On the tackle is Arneson, and Smidgall was way behind Arneson, and a great look down the field by Ekren.
Well, that's a 40-yard pass on the run and right on the numbers. Pass almost went 40. The play did go 40. Matt Smidgall with a big play. The senior tight end has really been a fantastic football player for the Tigers this year.
First down and 10 for the Tigers at the Otters 39-yard line. Durkee and Bremen will come wide near sideline. I formation. Graham, the tailback, replacing the injured Derek Evenson. It'll be Graham on the handoff, cut back inside to his left, spun around, and around the 35-yard line. On the stop for the Otters is Caleb Rudnick, the linebacker.
Boy, you just cannot say enough about that play, Brian, because you got a 14-0 game, first possession. If the Tigers have to punt, they're going to get the ball at midfield, and this thing might be over. While the Tigers certainly now are inside their territory with a chance to get back in this football game.
I formation again. Johnson and Bremen come wide near sideline on 2nd down and 5 from the Otter 35. Graham again, handoff, hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage at the 35. And flying through is Karst, the linebacker for the Otters.
Now, the Tiger coach is a little upset about not getting that extra block that they needed. They ran the same play. This time they didn't get the blocking, so now it's 3rd and a good 5 yards to go, and that's in that in-between area where you don't know if you're going to punt or go for it on 4th down. So they'd like to pick it up here and not have to have that decision.
3rd down, a long 5 coming up for the Tigers just inside the Otter 35. 9:45 to go in third quarter. 14-0. Fergus Falls with the lead. 2 receivers right, Bremen single receiver left. Now Graham comes in motion to the near sideline. Out of show blitz and then pull out of it. Ekren rolling right, pressure, throwing, and nobody home. He just had to unload as he was dropped back at the 42-yard line by Kildee. Had no time to set up and throw.
And it looks like the Tigers will punt because they are outside or right at the 35-yard line. That's it's a tough 4th down conversion. You try to put this potent offense back inside their 10 now. And they have not had a great running game. The Tigers have done a great job defensively of stopping the run, so it's been the big plays, and that's why you make it a long field.
Durkee standing at around the 48. He'll hit it near the 45. Arneson back at the 5-yard line. Low snap scooped up by Durkee. They're not going to come at him at all. Now he'll put the foot to it, and a good kick. Arneson will let it sail over his head just into the end zone for a touchback. It hit about a yard deep, mark in the end zone, came back into the playing field, and it's a touchback. If that bounces at about the 3-yard line, it'll be a great punt by Durkee.
Yeah, Coach Ekren wanted more of the corner type kick, and Justin almost had a great kick there. That would have been right at the 1 or 2 yard line.
So the Otters catch a bit of a break there, and a good bounce, 1st and 10. At the 20-yard line, they lead 14-0 with 9:26 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. The first possession of the 2nd half for the Otters. Christensen will come wide near sideline. Hopponen and Karst in the backfield for Fergus Falls on 1st down. And up the middle, Hopponen fighting for yardage, and he keeps the legs going all the way out to around the 25-yard line. Looked for a moment like he was going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage, but keeps the legs churning, takes a couple of tacklers with him out to the 24, 25-yard line.
And that had that option look to it as the quarterback carried his fake out around the end like an option would look, and I think the Tigers are aware that they do run a little option, and now it's that halftime adjustments by both coaches. You know you're going to see a few new wrinkles, a few new plays in both teams' offense.
2nd and 5 for the Otters at their 25-yard line. One setback, and around give, and breaking a tackle is Hopponen, and out to the 30-yard line and close to a 1st down. He broke one tackle around the line of scrimmage and finally tripped up near a 1st down. Adam Beyer makes the stop, and Matt Schmidgall. And it'll be just shy of the 1st down the way it looks here. It'll set up 3rd and inches.
If the football is laying on the yard line, how can it not be a 1st down? It's laying on the yard line, isn't it, Brian?
That's what I was thinking. Jack Apple will come in now, the line judge on the near sideline, and I think he's going to say this is a 1st down, or we're going to get a measurement.
It's got to be a 1st down.
Because the line of scrimmage was the 20. Well, they're going to bring the chains down from across the way.
Well, how can you measure this? Because it was a touchback. It starts exactly at the 20. How can you even measure this? Boy, wait till I see Harold on basketball floor. I am going to give him a bad time about this one.
And this is a real good officiating crew. We have to...
Wow, they're great. I can't believe that...
Yeah, it is a 1st down.
Now you got to give the Otter coaches credit for bringing it up, and Jack Apple on the sideline here stopped it and brought it to... That's good officiating all the way. I just can't wait to give Harold a bad time.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Otters at their 30-yard line. Clock will start now as we come up on the 8-minute mark, time remaining in this 3rd quarter.
So the first possession, the Otters have a 1st down via the run, and I'm sure they want to improve that part of their game in the 2nd half, as the Tigers did a good job stopping it in the 1st half.
Arneson will come wide near sideline, I formation on 1st down and 10. Brimhall will give to Hopponen, the tailback, and he gets to the line of scrimmage and dropped by Josh Longnecker for no gain.
Matt Jetma continues to shadow Arneson, and I think he's getting a little frustrated too, which, again, that was the Tiger plan coming in here. Erickson made the reception at the end, and he's a fine receiver too, and they've shadowed him as well, but it's been Jetma on Arneson much of the evening here.
I think if Arneson comes off of the field, right down below us goes for a drink of water, Matt Jetma's going to be standing right there making sure he's drinking water and not Kool-Aid.
Can I have some too? Right behind him.
2nd down and 10. Twin receivers come to the near sideline. One setback.
Oh, this is a passing down.
Stands up, backpedaling, looking to throw downfield. Pump fake once, twice, throw it. Picked off by Longnecker at the 40. To the 35, cuts back to his right, back to his left, and inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Great coverage by the defense of the Tigers, and Longnecker with the interception. And you're right, Mark. He never had him, never saw him, because Brimhall had all the time in the world. Great coverage downfield by the Tigers secondary, and Longnecker, the linebacker, right in the middle of the field, picks it up, and a nice return down to the Otter 28-yard line.
And now it's opportunity knocking at the door for the Tiger offense. See if they can handle it now and get a touchdown.
Brumman comes wide near sideline. Durkee goes wide right. Tigers go from right to left in the far hash mark. Ekren on 1st down will give to Graham. Looks for a block and doesn't get it. The defense for the Otters is there to stand him up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. On the stop is Rudnick once again for the Otters.
Again, give credit to the defense. The Tigers just not able to sustain their blocks on a little bit bigger and stronger Otter front 4 right now. And again, that's the thing that the Tigers need to improve on as they enter into the second part of the season here. They got to get that running game going. It's up to that offensive line to hold their block.
Second down and 10 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation for Ekren. Esterling goes wide right. Brumman comes wide near sideline. Fake the handoff to Longnecker. Throwing down the middle for Esterling. He's open and incomplete in the end zone. There is a penalty marker on the play, and this is going to come against the Tigers perhaps.
Well, Chris, I think, could have caught that football. It probably wouldn't have counted. It's probably an illegal motion, but still Anthony made a nice throw.
Illegal motion now. Will the Otters perhaps decline the penalty, set up a 3rd and 10, and will they give them 2nd and 15? 6:21 remaining here in this third quarter.
I think the Tigers won't mind having the 2nd and 15. I really don't, because they're probably going to have to pass anyway. It's just going to take a big play. It's going to take a good play by a Mike Johnson, a Tony Brumman, a Matt Schmigdahl, or somebody here. We'll see if we just got it in the cards here.
Trips come to the near sideline. Slot is Graham. Johnson and Brumman come to the near sideline. One setback on 2nd and 15. Pass away to Brumman. Looks for a blocker.
Nice
Gets a block from Johnson. Brumman down the sideline. And there's a penalty marker on the play. Brumman out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. But we're going to get a penalty on the Tigers for an illegal block.
Boy, I thought that was a good block, Brian. I thought it was an awful good block. But
we're going to get a holding call on the Tigers.
One thing, the official was right on the play, and if he grabbed jersey or something, he had the best view of it.
Yeah, we'll see the Otters talking with Harold Meisner, the official. The penalty marker is at the 24-yard line.
Well, they have to take this penalty because else the Tigers are going to be just a few
first down, I think.
Just a yard or so away from a first down and have 2 downs to make it.
I was going to say the penalty will be stepped off. Is it from the line of scrimmage or the point of infraction?
It'll be the point of infraction,
okay.
So really a loss of 2, and now it'll be 2nd and about 16.
2nd down and 16, as Mark said, for the Tigers. Back at the 34-yard line. 6 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Johnson goes wide right. Brumman comes wide near sideline. Tigers had that play set up nicely. The penalty will bring it back. I formation.
Well, they might go long to Tony here.
Ekren. Back to pass, rolling right, screen pass, caught by Longnecker. Blockers in front of him. Longnecker rumbling inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 2 coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a great call. And again, the Otters not smelling that screen pass. And that's one of the things about playing a team for the first time. The Tigers that we know, Brian, have run screen passes so well over the years, and the West Central Conference coaches know it. And I'm sure Fergus had heard word of it, but it's different when you're actually in a ball game because you just don't see it that often.
Durkee, Brumman, and Graham go to the right. One setback, Longnecker on 3rd and 2 for the Tigers at the Otter 20. Handoff, Longnecker hit and driven backwards. He got maybe a half a yard, but he'll be shy of the first down, and it'll bring up 4th down and a great defensive line surge for the Otters. Leading the way for the Otters, Jonathan Anderson, just a sophomore, but he's listed at 220. Kildee, the linebacker, a 200-pound linebacker, a junior, also there.
It's 14-0 Fergus Falls leading the Tigers. They score on the opening kickoff, and then they score with 8 seconds left in the half. And the Tigers are going to ask for a measurement. I think this is to buy a little time. It is short. It's going to be less than a yard, I believe, but this will buy him some time to talk about the play.
Tigers trying to capitalize on the Josh Longnecker interception as we get the chains coming out across the way. 4:35 remaining here in the third quarter. 14-0. Fergus Falls with the lead in case you missed the scores earlier. Halftime scores. Minnewaska leading St. Cloud Cathedral 14-6. Montevideo leading Benson 21-0, and West Central area leading Breckenridge 21-7 at the half.
Well, the Tigers have obviously discussed the play. Ekren comes in from the sideline. Coach Witt and Coach Rambo both there. They decided on their 4th down play, and this is the biggest play of the football game up to this point, certainly for Morin.
4th down and a yard for the Tigers at the 19-yard line. Brumman and Durkee will go to the right. Graham slot right. One setback is Longnecker. 4:35 remaining third quarter. Otters lead 14-0. 4th down and a yard. Ekren up under center with a long signal count. He'll give the Longnecker first down and more off right tackle as he rumbles inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
Well, I get an opportunity to officiate a lot of those JV games, and the Tigers have a play called live blast. They just get up to the line, they look for the hole after the quarterback sees the defense, and they just call the play at the line and audible, and I think that's probably what happened there. And Josh had a nice hole between right guard, or the right tackle and tight end Matt Schmigdahl. Big first down.
First down at 10 for the Tigers at the outer 13. Trips left. One setback is Longnecker. Ekren barking out signals. Longnecker straight ahead run. Big room. Longnecker to the 5. Diving. Touchdown. Longnecker with the interception and then the touchdown run from 13 yards out.
That may be his longest run of the year, and certainly the prettiest from up here as he tiptoed the last couple steps and stayed on his feet and dove into the end zone. A determined Josh Longnecker gets the first down, now the touchdown.
A linebacker, Mark, reached down at around the 8-yard line or so, hit him on the ankle, but Longnecker keeps his balance and lunges in for the touchdown with a great effort right around the 1-yard line. What a run by the senior co-captain for the Tigers. And just like that, we've got a new ball game.
And now we have somebody not on the special teams.
And the Tigers are going to be forced to use the timeout. Yeah, they're going to have to use the timeout.
And they might take the penalty here. We don't know.
Now everybody's out there now. They're going to come up to the line. And there it is. We're going to get the delay of game penalty coming up against the Tigers. And Tiger special team coach Mark Ekren is not happy.
Well, I think they'll probably go for 2 now. I'm not sure they weren't going to go for 2 on this one, but they could have lined up and maybe decoyed them a little bit better. Well,
now the 5-yard penalty, Mark, puts it back at the 8.
Well, Anthony has the legs. They might just kick this one too. It probably takes a chance of going for 2 away because of the maybe they were going to have their lined up with their 8 men on one side and run that option play.
I was just thinking the same thing going back to the Lacquaparo game.
They're going to go up and kick this one.
Tyler Fohl will hold at the 15-yard line. Ekren to kick for the point after try. Kick out of the way. The kick is plenty long, and he just missed it. He pushed it wide right ever so slightly. 4:07 remaining in the third quarter. Timeout with a score. Fergus Falls 14, Morris area 6 back after this quarter. Fergus Falls with a 14-6 lead. That scoring drive for the Tigers, 6 plays, 28 yards. Longnecker the interception. And I guess it's only right, Mark, he gets the touchdown.
Right, and that extra point is going to be a big one, and the 5 yards did cost him, Brian. The 5 yards probably was the difference in not making that.
Arneson's kick, bouncing high in the air. Arneson will field it to the 10, 15, 20, bouncing out to the near sideline, 25, breaks the tackle, and pulled down from behind. I think that's Bryce, no, not Bryce Swenson. That's Josh Hurdahl, Josh Hurdahl on there to make the stop.
Excuse me, Brian. Mr. Swenson down in Minnewaska is awful quick. I think Mr. Arneson might be even a little bit quicker. He really put some moves on some Tigers that time.
First and 10 for the Otters at the Fergus Falls 34-yard line.
That was a good kick by Jay. Bounced, and he picked it up inside the 10, made a nice return.
14-6, Fergus Falls with a lead. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Christensen will go wide. Left fullback is Larrivy with Hopponen behind him on first down for the Otters. They go from left to right on the near hash mark. And off Hopponen, off right tackle. Hopponen struggling for a couple of yards. Across the 35, maybe the 36. Fire is there for the Tigers. Also there is Paul Hennon, who is into the ball game.
Yeah, he's a good little quick nose guard, similar to what Brunsey was like for the Tigers last year. And Paul Hennon now comes out. He had some quickness. He's not very big, but he's a good, solid tackler.
And we talked about him before, Mark. He is just like Travis Brunsey because he's not afraid to stick his nose in against a big 250-pound lineman or a big 200-pound fullback and make the tackle.
Well, they just added 100 pounds to Mr. Hennon and put Mr. Robinson in.
Second down and 8 after a gain of 2, split back. Brimhall, stagger count, and we've got movement all over the place. And I think the Tiger defense drawn offside on a nice stagger count by Ben Brimhall, the senior quarterback for the Otters. He drew not 1, but about 2 or 3 Tigers offside.
Yeah, that's good play calling sometimes, just to go on a long snap.
Outside against the Tigers. We haven't really had a whole lot of penalties in this game, have we, Mark?
No, they had a couple of major ones. They had a clip on a punt return that hurt them, and they had a holding penalty. But they've recovered from the big penalty that they had And again, they lead 14-6, but I was just going to say, this is the same football team that just barely lost to Detroit Lakes, has beaten Albany. Tigers are hanging tough with them, Brian.
Exactly. Second down after the penalty, and a long 2 for the Otters at their 41-yard line. Wishbone formation. Karst, the fullback. Brimhall on the counter play will give Larrivy room over to the far sideline. First down and more, 50, 40, and Tyler Fohl comes up and hits him along with Benzie Kiefer, but not before he picks up a first down to the Tiger 41-yard line.
They went to the wishbone. The Tigers forgot about the outside run, and they didn't get the containment that they needed, and a good seal block by the Otters gets them a big first down and really get their offense on track here.
First down and 10 for the Otters, just shy of the Tiger 40-yard line. Karst will come out as Erickson, a wide receiver, comes in with the play from the near sideline. 2:40 remaining here in this third quarter. Ball on the far hash mark. Erickson will come wide to the near sideline. Larrivy and Hopponen in the I formation. Hopponen, the tailback. And he get no play fake. Brimhall back to pass, all kinds of time throwing, Hopponen out of the backfield, leveled by Schmidgall right at the 40-yard line. What a hit by Schmidgall.
And quarterback never saw him either. He thought he was hitting a wide open receiver, and all of a sudden number 84 introduced himself to number 6, and down he went.
I don't know if the mic below us picked it up or not, but I know I heard shoulder pads crunching up here.
I think Matt Schmidgall's eyes were as big as I've ever seen him, and that was inside the helmet and all, but he really put a lick on him, and it's a good defensive play. The Tigers need to string a few of them together here.
Second down at 10, no gain on that play. Arneson goes wide left. Erickson comes wide near sideline. Hopponen is the single setback. Brimhall on second down and 10. Back to pass. 7-8 step drop in the pocket, looking left. Right, and he's sacked by Patrick Kukla back at the 45-yard line. Mike Johnson also there for the Tigers, but the defense again coming up with another big sack.
Well, they're respecting Mike Johnson. They kept it back, and they double-teamed him. They had the tight end and the running back both blocking him, but Mr. Kukla on the other side was not double-teamed, and he got there.
And that is a coverage sack, Mark, if I've ever seen one, because Brimhall was looking left and right a couple of times each. He was checking off about 2 or 3 receivers before he finally was looking downfield and then sacked.
I think that's 2 sacks apiece for the Tiger D-backs or defensive ends, the bookends that have played so well for 2 years now.
Third down and 14 for the Otters at the Tiger 45. Wide receivers left and right. Brimhall back to pass, pressured by Wetzel. Now he's going to run with the ball. Gets past Longnecker. First down and more. Moves past Tyler Fohl to the 20, to the 15. Cuts back to his right. 10, 5, and inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. And he left about 3 or 4 Tigers all over the place, and Tyler Fohl, I think, is down on the field for the Tigers.
He might have turned an ankle trying to set himself to make that tackle.
Patrick Kukla finally brings him down at the 3-yard line, and I'm not so sure, Mark, maybe that wasn't a designed quarterback throw.
I think it certainly was. They finally saw, hey, if the Tigers are going to put double coverage on our men, and that's the thing that you see on Sunday afternoon also in the pro game, that you see a quarterback make a big play, because that's the one guy, you think you're only having to defense 10 because the quarterback's going to stay back there, but if he turns into a runner, he sometimes can be the biggest weapon out there.
Well, Mike Wetzel put the pressure on initially, and Brimhall got away from that. Then he put a nice move on Longnecker, and then a nice move on Fohl, who did get a piece of him, and then he takes it all the way down to about the 3-yard line to set up a first and goal as they attend to Tyler Fohl. 38 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. No, that's not Tyler Fohl. No, that's Paul Hennon. Okay, all right.
I think he was trying to set. Maybe the ground gave way a little bit. Maybe he twisted an ankle or a knee, and hopefully it's not serious, because you never like to see anybody have that knee problem early in their career, like Mr. Hennon, who's a good football player.
And he is going to be a good one for a couple of years. Paul Hennon, just a sophomore, listed at 188. Is that dripping wet with a couple of big towels on, or? 38 seconds remaining here in this third quarter, and they continue to attend to what looks to be around the left ankle or knee area, perhaps, of Paul Hennon. Mark Ekren out there along with Jerry Witt and Lyle Rambo of the Tigers. So while we have the timeout, let's take a break as well with
Yeah, he made a nice move to the outside and almost got to the end zone. You got to look for a fumble or something big here, Brian.
Otters go to the wishbone formation. On first down and goal, Karst, the fullback. Larrivy and Hopponen behind him, and it's the fullback Karst. Did he get in?
I don't see a signal.
The Otters say he did, but none of the pinstripes, the black and white stripes, say yes. He did not get in. It's second down and goal from the 1.
Now we're going to get to go all the way 99 yards to the other end.
That is going to be the final play of the third quarter as we head to the final 12 minutes of regulation. Our score, Fergus Falls 14, Morris Area 6. You're listening to Tiger Football.
Consolation prize for the Tigers. They outscore the Otters because of the quarter running out 6-0 and get back in the football game. Unfortunately, the fourth quarter starts out, as you said, an inch from the goal line.
And this is an Otter team, Mark, that has put a lot of points on the board. They lost 25-20 last week, but in their wins, they beat Albany 20-19. Moorhead 24-14. Their previous two games after that, Fergus 42 points and 42 points against Cloquet and Crookston.
So they've made some big plays, but the Tiger defense has kept them from making any more big plays.
Wishbone formation on second down and goal. Quarterback sneak. Brimhall, did he get in? Yeah, let's see. Yes, touchdown. 7 plays on that scoring drive for the Otters, and Brimhall, the quarterback, calls his own number and gets the touchdown to add to the Otter lead here just 5 seconds into this fourth quarter. And the point after kick coming up for Draxten.
Well, he made the big run on 3rd and long to get him into the position, so I think that was the safe call on 2nd and goal from the 1-foot line. They put their 20th point on the board, try for 21, and Tigers will have to make an awful dramatic comeback here to beat the Otters tonight.
Draxten on for the point after kick. Gets pressure, but he got it off and splits the upright. 11:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Timeout with a score. Fergus Falls 21, Morris Area 6. You're listening to Tiger Football on KMRF.
Here on KMRF.
I've only used 2 sheets here on my play sheets here. Usually I go through 5 or 6 in a ball game. Draxten to kick it off. High kick. Brumman will field it at the 6 to the 10. To the 15, Brumman up the middle, spun around and dropped to the 20-yard line. And what a hit. Downfield is Reed Matter to make the stop for the Otters. And he came flying downfield and makes the open field tackle for the Otters at the 20-yard line. Well, earlier, Tony had a return mark that did go upfield. He did have some room, but looks to me like the Otters, at least on that defense on the kick, made a couple of adjustments.
Yeah, he found a seam and he put Tony down right at the 20.
1st and 10, Tigers at their 20. They now go from our left to right. Otters lead it 21-6. Brumman comes wide near sideline. Spot right is Graham. Durkee goes wide left. Pitch goes to Longnecker. Reverse. No, that's to Tyler Fohl. He's looking to throw downfield. Schmidgall is open. Went right through his hands at midfield. He took his eye up at just a little bit at midfield and went right through the wicket.
And to the Otters defensive backs, they're really looking and say, hey, we got beat on that. We're lucky right now.
But they did.
Great play calling at the time the Tigers probably needed a big play. They came out with some gadgetry. Coach Rambo told me Tyler Fohl was probably going to throw a pass or two tonight, and he did last week. It's just a perfect halfback pass. That one almost on the money. Matt not able to come up with it.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. 1 setback is Longnecker. Ekren back to pass, standing up, firing. Brumman has it, looks for a block, steps by one tackler, eludes another, cuts back across the green. Brumman still on his feet and diving to around the, looks like around the 24-yard line. He ran about 30 yards laterally, I think, that time. There is a penalty mark around the play, and illegal use of the hands again on the Tigers.
Yeah, Tony, because he cut back, a lot of Tigers were getting out there to block. Unfortunately, one of them did something illegally. It's going to cost the Tigers 10 yards. He almost made that into a big play as well.
Now, the pass came out to Tony, and he had Brady Graham in front of him. The only thing Mark Brady was trying to fend off 2 defenders, and had a little tough luck doing that. On the penalty, that puts the ball back at the 15-yard line. It will set up a 2nd down and a 15 with 11.5 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. Brumman goes wide left. Johnson wide right.
This is really dangerous now. You're second and long. You're down 21-6. You're deep in your own territory. There's not a lot of plays that are going to work.
Shotgun formation for Ekren. Has the snap, rolling left, buying some time, throwing it incomplete off the fingertips of Brady Graham at around the 21-yard line. And I think he may have heard footsteps. Brett Garber was right behind him.
And actually, Tim Erickson, he saw the pass, and he left Drummond, who looked wide open only because Erickson left him early. He read the pass, and he would have been there as well. So Fergus smelling that one out, and the Otters now have the Tigers in a 3rd and 15 situation at the 15.
The Otters bring in an extra linebacker on a passing situation, a 3rd and 15. Ekren comes over to talk to Graham now. He's lined up slot right, Brumman wide left, Johnson wide right. Now Graham goes in motion to the far side. Ekren backpedaling. Pump fake, looking near sideline for Johnson. Has it, keeps his feet in bounds, and will have a first down.
Wow.
Down to our left at around the 34-yard line.
Boy, the Tigers just keep hanging in there. That's a second big play on a 3rd and long, and that was a post corner route. Mike Johnson faked the end pass, went to the corner route, and just an excellent throw. And Anthony looked off the defensive backs and threw it right on the money to number 4, and that's what all that practice does. It pays off.
I think it was Osland on the coverage that passed just over his fingertips. Bryce Swenson now comes in, slot right, replacing Graham on 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their 34-yard line. Handoff, Longnecker tries to pick his way back upfield, gets a couple of yards across the 35 and around the 36. A host of Otters there to make the stop. And one thing I've noticed, Mark, and I just saw it now, this entire ball game, as Olsen makes the stop, or excuse me, Ross Johnson for the Otters, I've seen a lot of great sportsmanship by both teams. A lot of times players for the other team helping an opponent to his feet.
Oh, there's respect out there. You love to see it, especially at the high school level. You don't always see it on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's been a good, clean game.
Ekren back to pass on 2nd and 8. Pump fake, looking downfield for Esterling. Has it at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown!
There's the wheel.
He hit him right on the numbers and a beautiful touchdown pass, and Esterling showing the speed afterwards.
There's our trackster, and he got a 64-yard touchdown catch. The Tigers will go for 2 here. 21-12. They have to go for 2. Anthony, you don't need to get your shoe on. You're not going to go for 2, Anthony.
Esterling got behind the secondary that time, and Anthony Ekren showing a strong arm. Down the near sideline, Esterling caught it pretty much in stride of the 30, and then beat 2 defenders downfield, breathing down the back of his neck. And the Tigers will go for 2. Esterling will come out. Ball put over on the far hash mark, and now the Tigers, with a little confusion, are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 10:35 remaining here in this 4th quarter, and the Tigers with a chance to get right back into this football game with a 2-point conversion try. Lorenz, the single setback. Johnson wide right. Brumman goes wide left, slot right. Is Bryce Swenson. Now Brumman in motion to the near sideline. Ekren back to pass, rolling, looking, throwing, and it's intercepted in the end zone. He tried to force it to the back of the end zone to Johnson, who was open initially, but then the defense quickly closed it up. So with 10:35 remaining here in the 4th quarter, timeout with the score, Fergus Falls 21, Forest Area 12, back after this. Arneson, the dangerous return man, back deep for the Otters. Justin Durkey's on the field, Mark. Jay Arneson has it teed up. Are we going to see maybe an onside kick here from Durkee?
Yeah, it's always a possibility.
No, Jay is approaching the ball. He will kick it away. He'll keep it a spinning kick. Bobbled by one of the upbacks, picked up at the 20, 25, 30. On the return is Osland, and Osland out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. On the staff for the Tigers is Greg Veenendahl, who had a big game yesterday, Mark, in that JV game for the Tigers here at Coonfield, and a 6-0 win for the Tigers over Breckenridge. Veenendahl with, I think, about a 90-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
Yeah, the only score of the game on a wet field here, and it's certainly recovered nicely tonight to give us a good football game here. 21-12, 10:31 left in the football game. Otters on offense.
On their 31-yard line, they come out of the wishbone formation. Karst the fullback. Counter give, and that is to Larrivy, and Larrivy upended after a couple of yards. by Mr. Josh Longnecker, who marked, even though we've got over 10 minutes to go in this ball game, right now has to probably be our leading candidate for Tiger player of the game.
Yeah, he's played outstanding, including the interception that set up the first Tiger score. And what more can you say about Anthony Ekren as well? Now, he came into the game, Brian, with 65 yards short of 1,000. He's well over that, and he's leading the entire Wilmer area. As we looked in the Wilmer paper for the area quarterback rankings, he's way up there in yardage.
Arneson comes wide near sideline. Erickson goes wide right. A gain of about 2. A second down, we'll call it a long 7-1 setback is Hopponen. Brimhall to pass. Arneson has it, slanting over the middle, dragging tacklers all the way out to the outer 49-yard line. Tyler Fohl finally comes up to help make the stop. But again, a pattern that's worked a couple of times tonight for the Otters. Arneson lining up on the near sideline mark, goes down about 2 yards and then cuts across the middle. And Brimhall hits him right on the numbers.
Yeah, you can't stop that if he makes that break and the timing is there, unless you can deflect it up the line of scrimmage, because you have to respect his speed, and it's in that seam before he gets to the safety, and he defeated the cornerback, and that's a play the Tigers use too. But that was just a pretty pass play.
First down and 10 for the Otters. At their 49, Christensen goes wide right. Erickson comes wide near sideline. Brimhall, draw play give, and that is Larrivy, and Larrivy up in it near the 45-yard line, tripped up by Longnecker, and Patrick Kukla and Lorenz also there to help put the finishing touches on. Knee goes down inside the 45 of the 44-yard line. An 8-yard pickup will set up second down and 2 for the Otters.
Good old-fashioned draw play that time, was effective for 8 yards, and that was a good job of blocking up front by that Otter offensive line.
Hopponen is out. Larrivy is the tailback. Arneson comes wide near sideline. Erickson goes to the right on 2nd and 2. Hand off Larrivy. And Jay Arneson hanging out of the big right mitt, pulls him down at the 46.
Played off the center block and did a nice job hanging on. And it's a big play for Jay, who has not had a chance to play a lot, because that's just a position he's not used to. He has been a linebacker most of the time, but due to injury, he's been put in there, and one of the bigger Tigers made a big play that time.
Arneson reaching out with one arm, Mark, as he was trying to fend off a blocker with the other arm, showing some strength as he pulls down Larrivy for about a 2-yard loss. Set up third down, and we'll call it a long 3 for the Otters. They go back to the wishbone formation. Otters go from right to left. Brimhall, second man through. Larrivy off right tackle, and he's going to be short of the first down, I think, by about a yard, maybe a half a yard, as he gets inside the 45 to around the 42, 43-yard line, and we'll get timeout for a measurement.
Looks to be just a little short.
Now I see now that Osland comes to the near sideline. We heard the call go out just a little bit ago, Mark, up here in the booth. The Otters coaching staff below us asking for a trainer, and I haven't seen Hopponen anywhere, and I don't see him anywhere below us. He may have been injured earlier in the ballgame. I do not see number 6 anywhere.
No, you may be right. He might be below us on the bench here that we can't see from the press box.
Osland comes back into the ballgame, staying in and running back.
All right, it's 4th and short. This might be another big play if the Tigers' defense could somehow get into the backfield, or we get a missed handoff from quarterback to center. This could be the break the Tigers need, but it is 4th and inches.
7:40 remaining here, 4th quarter. Brimhall looks to the near sideline, and now Coach Fink wants a timeout. He saw something from the sideline he didn't like in the Tiger defense. 7.5 minutes remaining to play here in the 4th quarter. Timeout with the score. Fergus Falls 21, Morris area 12. Back after this. Field the finals tonight. Big win in Pheasant Conference 9-man action for Warriors and head coach Tony Teal. They defeat a very strong Verndale team 19-14. 4th down and inches coming up for the Otters. We'll look down below us, and Hopponen has his pads off. Straight ahead, give fullback. Karst has the first down and more. Foot race with Tyler Fohl, who cannot get him. Karst, the big fullback, just straight ahead, Mark, and there was just ever so slightly a hole at the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you what, for a fullback, he's shown a little bit of speed, outracing Tyler Fohl. 46 yards, excuse me, yes, 43 yards in the touchdown.
Well, you often see that. A normal defense has a safety back there, linebacker. Tigers were trying to stop 4th and inches, needed to stop them on 4th and inches. They gambled, they slanted away, nice hole, and Karst took it 43 yards for the probably winning touchdown. That one really makes it tough for the Tigers.
Draxten on for the point after kick. He's been perfect thus far tonight. We've got movement on the right side of the offensive line. Drevlo, the end on that right side of flinching. A couple of Tigers are moving as well, but this will be illegal procedure against the Otters. We'll back him up 5 yards. And really, Mark, I don't think this is going to make much difference to Draxten.
Luke Draxten probably just said, oh, no big deal. I kind of licking his chops there saying, oh, drop it back another 25 and we'll see if I can make it.
I tell you what, he's only a junior, Mark, but I got a feeling he might make a college coach very happy in a couple of years.
The big difference between high school and college used to have it, but they took away the tee a few years ago, and that's a big difference, boy.
So the point after try will now come from the 15 to a 25-yard point after kick for Draxten, soccer-style kicker. Hold is there, kick out of the way, got it plenty high enough, and no doubt about it, right through the upright. 7:27 remaining here, fourth quarter. Timeout of the score, Fergus Falls 28, Morris area 12. You're listening to Tiger football. 5 plays in that scoring drive for the Otters that started at their own 31-yard line. So 69 yards on that scoring drive, capped off by the 43-yard run by Karst. And Draxten now will kick it off for the Otters. Brumman and Esterling back deep for the Otters. Somewhat of a low kick. Brumman has it at about the 8. Brumman goes to the far sideline, takes the reverse, looks for a block far side, turns the corner. Brumman 25-30. One block, and then he is wrestled and corralled at around the 35-yard line. He almost broke it. Clip. Now there is a flag back upfield of the 18-yard line.
And a clip that didn't need to be a clip. The Tigers that time got a block really that wasn't necessary to get him around the corner. So that will put them farther back, and that's been part of the problem tonight. They've had to dig out of a deep hole all evening. They've just not had the field position. Now, granted, they've made some great plays to get out of that, and that's why they're in this football game. Now, they're down 16 points, so realistically, you look for 2 scores, two-point conversions, and you try to go overtime. That's going to be tough to do, obviously, when they know you're going to have to pass because there's just 7:19 on the clock, and really you got to do it in a hurry. Now you got to go over 90 yards.
91 to be exact. 1st and 10 Tigers at their 9-yard line. Brumman goes wide left. Johnson wide near sideline. A shotgun formation for Ekren. Bryce Swenson comes slot right. Tyler Fohl now flanked to his right. Who's going to get the snap?
So this might be a pass from Tyler Fohl, too.
Ekren takes the handoff to Fohl in the end zone, throwing back across the way, and nobody there. I think he just plain got rid of that one because he was level in the end zone by Rudnick.
Yeah, they spelled that one pretty good. Anthony threw it well out of bounds where no one was going to catch it. Just an incomplete pass.
Incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10. Longnecker now comes in, replacing Tyler Fohl. 7:13 remaining in this fourth quarter, 28-12. Fergus Falls with the lead. Johnson and Brumman will come wide near sideline.
There's no second-string players out there for Fergus Falls tonight, Brian.
That's for sure. Slot right is Bryce Swenson. Single setback is Longnecker on 2nd and 10. Ekren. Hand off Longnecker off left tackle, lunging forward for a few yards, and to get him out of a little bit of a hole. He gets out to about the 12-yard line for a very tough 2-yard pickup. If that, 2nd down, a long 8.
Players are down.
And 2 players are down for the Tigers. Longnecker, I think, is one of them. He's up on his feet, limping to the far sideline, but it looks like one of the Tiger linemen is still down on the field, laying on his back, and I can't make out who it is from here. 6:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter with an injury. A timeout with the score. Fergus Falls 28, Morris area 12. You're listening to Tiger football on KMRF. To say this has been a hard-hitting football game. The Tigers have lost Derek Evenson already, Josh Longnecker, and Matt Schmidgall injured on that last play. 2 more key players the Tigers cannot afford to lose.
And I think they ran into each other, Brian. I don't know what happened, but
Brumman goes wide left, Johnson wide right on 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers at the 10. Ekren looking to pass, looking near sideline. He's got Johnson and well overthrown. Mike was cutting back to the near sideline, but Anthony Ekren forced to throw a little early. He looked left one time and then came back to the near sideline looking for Johnson, and the incompletion will bring up 4th down, and on comes the punting unit.
Well, that really probably does it for the Otters' victory here tonight. 28-12 they lead. They're going to get the football back with 6:42 left, and I'm sure they're going to, try to score again, but they're going to probably keep it on the ground to get this clock rolling.
Durkee will punt it from near the goal line. Arneson standing at the Tiger 40-yard line. Otters have not put a rush on yet tonight. They do a little bit here, and Durkee shanks one just a little bit. It'll take an Otter bounce, bouncing back upfield and inside the 30 and around the 28-yard line, where it's down there by Bryce Swenson and Jay Kyler for the Tigers. So the Otters offense on the field, and I'd venture to guess we're going to see them keeping it on the ground as much as possible.
Longnecker is in. I think he just got a little bit of maybe a helmet or something in the thigh pad, and he shook that off. But I Matt Schmigdahl, it might be a different ball game with him.
They were working on his left leg, I think, perhaps, Mark. First down and 10 Otters.
Josh Erdahl, a sophomore, comes in, I think, for Matt Schmigdahl at linebacker.
Fergus Falls with a football at the Tiger 28-yard line. 6.5 minutes remaining to play in this fourth quarter. Otters lead at 28-12. Wishbone formation. Handoff is to Larrivy, and Larrivy sliding off right tackle inside the 26 around the 25-yard line. Jay Amundsen and Josh Erdahl there to make the stop for the Tigers.
Well, again, looking to Jay in the middle, he's making some plays tonight, and that's great to see because they can really be a better football team if they can get Jay making some tackles, because the Tiger nose guard over the years has just been an outstanding player for him, and they get some plays out of Jay, they're going to be a good defense.
Gain of about 3, second down and 7 from the 25-yard line. Staying in the wishbone formation. Brimhall will give to Larrivy, bouncing out to his right. Gets by Johnson, turns the corner, 10, inside the 10 and out of bounds. At around the 6-yard line, it'll be first and goal. Boy, he showed a little speed there, eluding Mike Johnson near the line of scrimmage and then turning the corner down the far sideline.
Yeah, it only happens once or twice a season that you get around number 4 for the Tigers, so he's a little disgusted with himself, but he's played a whale of a football game again here tonight.
First and goal for the Otters at the 5-yard line after a 20-yard run for Brian Larrivy. He'll stay again in that wishbone formation. He did get out of bounds to stop the clock. And misdirection handoff, and up the middle goes Karst, the fullback, for his second touchdown tonight. Now that was 3 plays and 28 yards on that scoring drive for the Otters. And that will stop the clock with 5:41 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Karst, the big fullback, with the last 2 touchdowns for the Otters.
Oh, it's going to be reserve time now because the Tigers are going to keep people healthy. They're going to put in their second unit of offense. They might have Anthony go to the 2-minute offense one more time to practice it, but
one thing, Mark, if you look at the final score, perhaps, depending on how it ends up here, fans are going to see somewhat of a lopsided score, but it was by no means anything like the score is going to indicate, as Draxten flips the uprights once again with a point after kick, and with 5:41 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Timeout with the score, Fergus Falls 35, Morris area 12. Back after this.
And let's go back to Tiger football here on KMRS.
Tony Brumman on the kick return for the Tigers. Reverse comes to Esterling near sideline. Cuts back across the grain and pulled down from behind. And a great open field tackle that time for Jacob Leeser of the Otters.
Tyler Fohl is going to play quarterback. I think that's a good move. Get him some more playing time. He's thrown a couple passes in the last couple games. Now he's going to get a chance to get under center, Brian.
Couple of finals. West Central area defeated Breckenridge 35-0. Late in the ball game, Montevideo leading Benson 21-0. Minnewaska area leading St. Cloud Cathedral late in their game as well, 21-6. It looks like the Tigers making a couple more changes, Mark, and they're going to take a timeout here. They get a little confusion as to who they want out on the field, or will they get everybody out of the field in time? It looks like they will. First down and 10 for the Tigers at their 26-yard line. 35-12. Otters with the lead. Tyler Fohl up under center. Lorenz, single setback, trips left. Fohl barking out signals. Rolling left, looking back near sideline, looks to set up the screen. He loses the rush, now gets the pass off and almost intercepted right through the hands of Ross Johnson, the lineman, and he slams the fist out. He said, oh, I had the lineman's dream right in my sights and I couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, Tyler was trying to throw it incomplete, I believe. It was a good thing that it wasn't an interception there, but the play did not go anywhere because they smelled the screen that time.
Incompletion brings up second and 10. Tigers make a few more changes now on offense. Esterling will go wide left, wide near sideline will come Benji Kiefer. I formation. Tyler Fohl rolling left, steps up, looking downfield, incomplete, deflected twice, and caught by Esterling to the 45, spins free to midfield, and he is going to score! 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! That was deflected 3 times right into the hands of Chris Esterling. 74-yard touchdown pass for Chris Esterling.
Well, now who's your player of the game? I hope you got 2 of those.
I think I might have to go with 2, yes. Well, that ball initially was intended for Lawrence. It went off his hands, off the defensive back. High in the air, Chris Esterling standing there says, well, okay, if you guys don't want it, I'll take it and run.
Tip drill, positive result.
One has to try coming up. Kiefer will go wide right. Esterling goes wide left. Fohl, maybe audibleizing here. Looks to throw, bumped into his own man, Lorenz. Scampers back to his left, looking, throwing back across the grain and incomplete. He had a man, but a tough pass for Tyler Fohl to make. He saw Swenson was open in the back of the end zone. 5:09 remaining here, fourth quarter. Timeout with the score. Otters 35, Tigers 18. Back after this. 5:18. Fergus Falls with the lead. 5:09 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Arneson has it teed up. He'll kick it off. Otters looking for the onside kick mark. They've got 8 players up in the 50-yard line and 2 more coming up to around the 40-yard line. Arneson standing back all by his lonesome at the 20. Here comes the onside kick. Durkee puts the foot to it. One of the up-backs recovers it for the Otters. Pays for it from Veenendahl, but hanging on is Kildee. Veenendahl just flattened him, but Kildee with good hands hangs on to the football. Forward progress at the Otter 49. Brimhall still in at quarterback. Thought maybe we'd see a familiar name, a young man by the name of Goltz, the second-string quarterback. Seems to me he had a famous dad that pitched in the Twins organization, didn't he? 1st and 10 for the Otters at their 49-yard line. And Karst is still in at fullback. Larrivy is also in there along with Oslin from the wishbone. And around, give misdirection handoff, and that is Larrivy diving forward to about the 45. Patrick Kukla makes the stop for the Tigers. A gain of about 6, second down, and 4 for the Otters. Yeah, you ready?
Not a lot of subs on that last defensive series for the Otters, and not a lot of subs on this offensive series as they want to keep their offensive team on the field and make sure that they win this game, because after that last deflection, the Tigers are hanging in there. But they are down 17, and that takes 3 scores.
Second down and 4 for the Otters at the Tiger 45. Larrivy handoff again, goes inside and pulled down from behind by Longnecker. Tucker McCann and Patrick Kukla also there to help out for the Tigers. It'll be about a yard shy of a first down. 3rd and 1 for the Otters with 4 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Oh, there's been a lot of juniors contribute tonight, too. Esterling and Ekren, both juniors, have had 2 big touchdown plays. And, again, there's some other juniors that have contributed a lot. So there's some Tiger players gaining experience that'll be back as well.
3rd down at a yard. Wishbone formation. Brimhall. So we'll give it straight ahead, and bending and twisting for first down yardage inside the 40. That's Larrivy, who is now in at fullback, and he just does backpedal his way inside the 40 to the 39, and the Otters pick up a first down.
Well, Brian, how about 5 touchdowns from the beginning of the fourth quarter to the 5:09 mark of the fourth quarter? 5 touchdowns, 3 by the Otters, 2 by the Tigers. So, after a pretty defensive-minded game throughout much of the first 3 quarters, it was 14-6 at the end of the third quarter. Now it's 35-18.
First down at 10 Otters, just inside the Tiger 40-yard line. Karst back in at fullback. Brimhall will give to Larrivy off right tackle. Slips by one, and then tripped up inside the 35 and around the 34-yard line. Mike Johnson on the stop with the Tigers. Trying to see if I could pick up Matt Smidgall across the way mark. And I don't. Now look and see if he was sitting on the bench, and I can't quite pick him up. Hopefully his injury is nothing serious.
Tigers have a lot of their first string in there as well, but they have substituted a little bit more, I think, than the Otters. But they do that every week because they need to keep people fresh because of the two-way players.
Gain of 9, second down and a yard. 2:35 remaining. Straight ahead give, and Karst finding running room again inside the 25 and bangs his way to the 24-yard line. Tucker McKinnon on the stop for the Tigers.
And here comes the Tiger subs. Greg Bienendahl will come in and play some D-end. Jake Eiler will come in at safety. Mike Johnson, Kukla out. Also Tyler Fohl out. So Tigers are sending in quite a few of their second-string defensive players who we saw on the field a lot last night.
First and 10 for the Otters at the Tiger 24-yard line. Snap will come with just over 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Brimhall takes the snap. Misdirection give off right tackle, and that is Schonhardt on the carry. And Schonhardt takes it inside the 20 down to around the 16-yard line. They'll set up second down and about 2 for the Otters.
Well, Brian, this has been a good football game for us to call up here tonight. It's been fun. It really has. The score is not going to indicate how good a football game it was. Fergus has a nice football team, and the Tigers hung in there most of the way here and really just didn't have enough big plays to match the Otters tonight.
On second down, bouncing outside is Osland, slips a couple of tackles, and finally brought down from behind on the near side by David Larson for the Tigers, Carl Quam.
And here's where if you got your starters still in, I take a knee, and I think Fergus is going to go for it, and that's fine, but it's just one of those deals that, it's been good sportsmanship out there all night, but we'll see what happens here.
First and goal for the Otters at the 5, and Brimhall looking to the near sideline. Gets the play. You go to the huddle and say, we'll just take the knee, I assume, as we hit the final minute of the ball game. He looks back to the near sideline for the indication as to when to take the snap. He does, and goes down to the knee.
That's real classy on Fergus's part. They've won this football game fair and square, and now they're taking a knee, and that's a class move.
Now the Tigers will go on the road next week. They get back to conference action, their final conference game of the year. But even though they'll go away with a defeat here, Mark, you got to feel good about this performance here by the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, let's hope that they come out healthy, and Matt Schmigdahl is going to be all right, and they get their other players back, because it's going to take a good effort to beat a good Benson team, even though they got beat tonight.
And that should be the final snap of the ball game, down to 15 seconds, 14, and that's going to do it. Otters will raise their record to 5-1, and the Tigers will drop to 500 on the year. Overall on the season, as the Tigers will drop to 3-3. Final score tonight, Fergus Falls 38, Morris area 18. Back with our postgame show after this.